an exclusive report reveals a critical disconnect between progressive activists and other voting blocs in Britain, a factor contributing to the rise of the far right, according to a new study. The research, conducted by the polling group More in Common, highlights a significant ideological chasm separating a segment of the population, 8 to 10% categorized as progressive activists, from the broader British electorate. Their views on a multitude of crucial issues diverge sharply, potentially fueling political polarization and the ascendance of extremist ideologies. More in Common's in-depth analysis involved extensive polling, focus groups, and individual interviews with over 1,000 participants. This comprehensive approach aimed to thoroughly understand the perspectives and motivations of progressive activists, the most left-leaning of the 7 distinct tribes identified by the company within the British voting landscape. The study's findings underscore a concerning lack of mutual understanding and empathy between this group and other segments of society, hindering constructive dialogue and effective policymaking. The researchers argue that this lack of cross-sectional understanding creates fertile ground for the far right to exploit existing divisions. By failing to engage with and address the concerns of other voting groups, progressive activists inadvertently contribute to a climate of alienation and resentment, which extremist groups effectively capitalize upon. The study emphasizes the importance of bridging these divides through meaningful conversations and a willingness to acknowledge differing perspectives, rather than simply reinforcing existing echo chambers. This disconnect is not simply a matter of policy disagreements. It extends to fundamental values and perceptions of society. The report suggests that the progressive activist group often struggles to empathize with the concerns of working-class voters, particularly those feeling left behind by economic globalization and rapid social change. This lack of understanding creates a sense of exclusion and marginalization, which can lead to disillusionment with the political system and a susceptibility to far-right rhetoric promising simple solutions to complex problems. The study calls for a more nuanced approach to political engagement, emphasizing the need for progressive activists to engage in constructive dialogue with other groups, actively listening to their concerns and acknowledging their valid perspectives. Only through bridging this significant ideological gap and fostering mutual understanding can the rise of the far right be effectively countered and a more inclusive and representative political landscape be established in Britain. The future of British politics hinges on overcoming this critical disconnect, and the report serves as a stark warning of the consequences of failing to do so. The researchers urge a shift away from entrenched positions and towards a more empathetic and collaborative approach to political discourse.